everyone. Welcome. This is News in Hypnosis. My name is Isla Bruck, and I am your host. I'm also a certified hypnotherapist. Today is episode 6, and we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, law of attraction. I have a director who's going to be helping me put up the slides. You should be seeing the first one right now. Law of attraction, and what is it, and how does it work? And we're going now to the next slide. First of all, I want to just kind of go over some back information, backstory, etc. Is there anything you are currently or overly worried about, be it your bills, money, relationship, your current future, living situation, your business or getting more business, your clientele, income, marketing, anything that you're just always worried about? And keep an eye, just keep a thought on that, or write it down right now. And we're going to do this using bills, people's bills. Next slide, please. Using people's bills for this example. Maybe you're worried about money and your bills. Oh, do I have enough money? I've been there. It's that fight or flight. Am I going to get evicted this month? Or what's going to happen? I don't have enough. You know, I've been there, and I understand that feeling you get of scarcity, you know, and this is where your thought process is. But in the end, will these bills be taken care of if you don't worry about them? They always got taken care of, whether I worried about them or not. So typically, if they get taken care of, was it the worry that caused them to get paid? Or did they get taken care of in spite of my worry? Next slide. Keeping that in mind. What is the law of attraction? Well, I'm going to explain it and as quickly as I can, and we're going to kind of go through some scenarios of how that works. Okay, next slide. When thought and energy come into alignment with desire, the frequency your body puts out is what it gets back. What we think about, we manifest, sort of. But just imagine, there's scientific evidence that shows that we have energy about 5 feet, 6 feet around us. And isn't it interesting that that number years and years and years and years and years ago was learned that we have this energy field about 6 feet, 5.5 feet around us. And during the pandemic, the suggested mandate was 6 feet. So we're not in each other's energy. Isn't that interesting? How about that? 6 feet apart is, I don't know. Anyway, but I just thought that was kind of interesting because we already knew that. But your energy field, and if you're not sure about it, just look up at a white wall and put your fingers together and look past them and just bring them apart, and you'll see like a silhouette around your fingers. And as you do that, looking past them, you can actually see the stripes of the energy. That's energy. And you can just see it. White walls or creamy colored walls work best for good contrast. Okay, next slide. Now, speaking of what we were just talking about, that energy you had, that worry you had about my bills, are they going to get paid? And we're using money and bills and in this example, but it can be used in a lot of areas, and I'll try to touch on all of that. But using that same energy of worry you have used in your everyday monthly activities, worrying about your bills, things that are going to happen anyway, can you put that energy into something else that you desire? Like, I'm using this energy for worry. Why not use this energy for something that's going to help me instead? That's just going to give me a heart attack. This is going to give me peace. This is always going to get taken care of, so I'll just have peace instead. If you are successful where you are right now in your life script, that's where you are in your life script. And you can be equally successful changing your life script and using that mind energy someplace else in a more positive outlook. Going to the next slide. Freebies. This is a little information that you might need just to help you understand our thought process and how we use our words. The word but, that little article called but. So here's the example. If I told you I went to the department store and you asked me, "Hi, how was your day?" And I said, "My day was great. I got to my car. I had a flat tire. Someone keyed my car. But when I got into the store, I found $450 worth of clothes and shoes and appliances, and I only paid $150 for it. Now, where's your thought process on that? That's pretty cool, huh? But let's flip it. How was your day? My day was great. I got to the department store and I bought all this wonderful sales that they had. I got 3 or 4 pantsuits and new shoes and a skirt and a new purse. And it was like $450 worth of goods. And I got to the register and I had all these discounts that they gave me. I walked out only spending $150. But when I got to my car, someone had keyed my brand new paint job and I had a flat tire. What did I just do to all that good stuff? I just butted it out of the way. It's just buttedly gone. So how you word things is very important. So if you have a good and a bad story, we start with the bad one first. And then you can go, but, and they'll forget the negative and they'll go to the positive. Okay, so just kind of like pontificate on that idea for now. Okay, we're going to the next slide. And we're going to talk about, are you in lack? These are words that you see here that are in lack. Everything that isn't happening right now. I'm sorry, cut. Let's go back to, are you in lack?
Yep. Okay. 3, 2, 1, action.
Are you in lack? Lack is just words that we use or think that have nothing to do with the T in China. It's just like gonna, will, want, someday, desire, hope, wish, would, need, etc. These words are just words that the subconscious mind, it really has no connection to because nothing's happening. It's future based. It's someday. It's not even something that you're thinking about having happen now. It's just something that eventually may or may not happen, whatever. And it's not a goal if you don't write it down. It's just a wish or a desire or something you're going to do someday. I hear so many people that someday I hope to. Someday I wish that I will. Someday. That's all lack and nothing's going to happen unless you put some action behind it and make it a here and now. But keep track of words that are lack. And if you're not sure, just, ask me. Call me up and talk to me about it. Let's go to the next slide because this is where the wheels start to come off. We're going to talk about SMART goals. If you look down, all the way down the side, it's SMART. These are SMART. This is how you develop a goal. And this is all about law of attraction, and this is just one of the 12 universal laws. But we won't get into those today. But I just wanted to work on the attraction part. So when you design a goal, you want to be very specific about the goal. Very specific and make it time-bound. So you have a goal. I want to be able, another word of lack, but let's just word it out. I want to be able to have another $50,000 in my bank account by July 31st. Okay, so, and if this is April or May, this is the spring of 2023 that I'm recording this. And let's say, that's a few months away, 4 months away. So it's, for me, that might be reasonable. Maybe it's $25,000 for you. You've got to make it reasonable. That's the R, realistic or reasonable. It has to be measurable. How are you going to measure the outcome of your specific goal? After you've labeled out your goal, I want to start up a business. Okay, what's the name of the business? What's the business do? Do you have a business plan? Do you have a marketing budget? Do you have your business cards? Do you have your website? There's so many things that you can do to start up a business, but you've got to be very specific about what kind of business you're in. I have a private practice in hypnotherapy. So what does that look like to me? I have, my office and I have clients. I need all the paperwork for the clientele, etc. So be very specific about the goal you want to achieve. You want to go climb Mount Everest? Great. It's about $80,000 to go climb Mount Everest and your will. And then it's, the going, it's the guide, the traveling there, etc. It can be incredibly expensive, but fulfilling for some people who like to climb. And so you decide what's going to be reasonable or realistic for you to achieve. You have to be able to achieve your goal. So achieving that goal, is it something that's actually achievable in your lifetime, in your life script? Everybody has a script and you're just right there in comfort zone. If you don't know what I'm talking about too much about that, please go back to episode 1 and it'll explain about the subconscious mind a little bit better. And of course, time bound. So you need specific, it has to be measurable, achievable, realistic or reasonable, and it has to be time bound. So put a timeline on it. And then that's a goal. And you do this for every single goal that you want. And what you do after you've created this list, you're actually creating your evidence or your intention. You're setting your intention, which is the beginning stages of law of attraction. And now we're going to look, change the slide to create your evidence. And you're going to see that you are going to create evidence. You're reverse engineering your goal. Okay, and that's what we're going to next. And you see this slide, it has the round blue circles with the line going across. I didn't put a label on this one because I did it on the one before that. But using the concept, go to the slide above it, just before that, please. Using the concept of SMART goals, S-M-A-R-T, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bound, and then going back to the slide with the 2 round circles and the line in it. We're going to camp here for a minute. So I want you to just look at and just put it like on a piece of paper landscaped. And you have on the right-hand side your goals, and on the left-hand side you have present day, whichever present day you decide to do this. And you're going to create one of these for every goal you have. So there could be a lot. You can have a whole book of these. This is great. This is something where you can have evidence. I suggest working with 1 or 2 goals just to see how your mind will achieve these goals. So let's say your goal, for me, my goal is to have a steady flow of at least 80 sessions in hypnotherapy a month. That's a goal that I am achieving. So I put that down, 80 clients sessions, and I have to be very specific, 80 paid sessions a month. It's easy for me to give 80 sessions if I'm not getting paid for them. It is my business too, and I got to make a little coin at it. So 80 paying clients a month is what I need, right? Or want, desire, whatever, those words of lack. So let's say I want this by, let's make up a time, July 31st. I want to start seeing 80. I want to be able to know that I am seeing 80 clients. As of July 31st or August 1st, I can look back and go, wow, I've had several months where I have been achieving my 80 clients a month. It's like, whoa, this is so cool. I've achieved my goal. Okay, that's where we start. We start at the end when you've achieved your goal. Okay, so in how the subconscious mind works, I want you to imagine and make it up. This is where it really gets powerful. Imagine and just make it up. That what did I do, and this is for your goal, not mine, but as if it was your goal, but you ask yourself, what was the last thing I did to achieve 80 clients a month consistently? So I have to look back and think about and make up, what did I achieve? How did I accomplish that? You know what? I upped my advertising. I upped my marketing. I increased my SEO, my search engine optimization to my website, whatever that is. So I was just right on it. That's what got me. And the next day I noticed that I had already been seeing 80 clients a month. Wow. What's the last step that took me to decide the last step before the fruition? So I'm going backwards, reversing the goal as if it's already happened. I am taking my goal and I'm just like, as if it happened already. And in my head, I'm just making those procedures. What was the last thing I did then? If you're buying a house, what's the last thing you did to know that you achieved it? You gave the check to the escrow company and they gave you the keys to the house. You're standing there in front of your door with the realtor and he hands you the keys. That's the last step to know that you bought your house. What's the step you did before that? You were at the escrow company signing the documents. Before that, you were going back and forth and negotiated offer. Before that, you were looking for a house. It can be as many steps as you want it to be, taking you back to present day. And now that you've made it all up, you've written it all down, those are the steps that you can take, and each one may have substeps, but it's so much easier to reverse engineer a goal than to try to figure it out as you go. Reverse those, now you have something to do. Okay, we're going to go on to the next slide. So our evidence. These elements that you've created for a goal in that previous slide is how you know the universe is going to be helping you achieve your stated intention. And this is it. All of that reverse engineering back to present day is your intentions. Everything about it is your intentions. How do you make it work? Next slide. Now what? Let's get busy. Here's some suggestions right away. You're going to make a vision board of what your goal is. You've already got the evidence, so just put it on a vision board. Put pictures with it, words with it, whatever it is that entices you. Put it on a board, do it on your computer, print it out, whatever that is, and just stick it someplace where you're going to see it every day, at least twice a day for a minute or so. I have a little 8.5 by 11 piece of paper stuck to the wall next to my bed. So when I wake up in the morning, I see this vision board, if you will. And when I go to sleep at night, I see it. And I'm just subliminally seeing it, and it's coming to fruition. And then your affirmations, positive affirmations that relate to what it is you want to do. If you need some affirmations, give me a call. I've got many. Or go and Google it. The Google is amazing when it comes to just finding stuff out like that. Journaling is a really good way to help clear the crap and bring in the good stuff. Abraham Hicks has this thing that it's called the 68-second rule by Abraham Hicks. So it starts at 17 seconds. Your frequency and vibration go out to the universe. Then you can do 34 seconds focusing on one idea, focusing on that house, every inch of it. Only one thought. And it's very difficult to focus on one thought for 68 seconds. But if you can get yourself to focus on a thought for 68 seconds 3 times a day, the frequency and the vibration go out, and it's amazing. It's just out there, and it's amazing that you start to attract what you're sending out. There's a couple, and then there's like attracts like. If you're in a bad mood, you're going to attract more bad mood. So many people are so bitter, and they're just looking for misery. I have clients that their family members are just in misery, and they don't think that they are. They just think this is how you live. I know so many people that are just so bitter and angry, and that's what they attract. Like attracts like. So if you're going to try to find a new church and it doesn't resonate with you, it's not liking, attracting like. That's an example. Or temple or whatever it is that, if I throw that in there. If you're trying to find a new place to work and you walk in and it's like, ooh, I don't like the vibe. Oh, I love this vibe. Like attracts like in all situations. Even your relationships in romantic, friendships, business, like attracts like. I like coming to the studio here at the Austin Reed Network, and it's because my vibe jives with Austin Reed's vibe, and it's kind of fun, and we get to crack up and have fun stories for a while we record my show. So he's over there going, yay! Okay, next slide. It's important that you have a positive emotional state. If you are in a negative state, you will continue to attract that which state you're in. So stay positive. And this is important to understand with law of attraction. Opportunity may come or may seem like it's coming your way, and you're in this positive state and you're enjoying this and it's just feeling so good, and it slips by you. Stay in the positive state. It's just the universe showing you're getting closer. But what tends to happen is, oh, well, I guess it didn't work. Okay, fine, whatever. And then you're out of that frequency and it just like cuts it off. No, stay in it. And I'm going to get to what that means here in a bit. Okay, next slide. We're going to clear the crap of negativism. It's like you have these dots of doubt. Roxana Jones says, there's a big difference between the words in your mind that tells you to use the words your heart needs to use. Let me say that again. There's a big difference between the words your mind tells you to use and the words your heart needs you to use. Kind of like your words are so important, the words that are in your head. And if they're negative, my suggestion, Any negative thought, turn it into Scooby-Doo's voice right now. I saw you snickering right there. So continuing with the dots of doubt, next slide. Which is more dominant, your desired outcome or your doubt that it will even happen? That's what I'm talking about. You got to get rid of that idea that it'll even happen. You have to believe that it's happening right now. So are you looking for a way out? If you're looking for a way out, then ask yourself, why are you looking for a way out? What are you afraid of? If you attract that which, it's like, is this magic? I don't know. I just know that it works. Okay, going to the next slide is 8 things. This is by Victoria Gallagher in her book for Law of Attraction. 8 things to give up to clear out what's stucking you. Judging others, worrying about the future. You will not please everyone, so don't even bother trying. Holding grudges, don't do that. And if you don't know how to get rid of it, call me, I'll help you. Give up lying. Exaggeration is a lie as well. So learn to tell the truth or just don't speak. Step away from your comfort zone. That's what this does. It helps you step away and create a new comfort zone. That's more appealing. And she writes out, eat your frog or get rid of the biggest projects in your life and procrastinations. I got this project and this project. I got to do them and they're just clouds over your head. Get rid of them. Just take care of them, get them gone, and you'll see your body and mind to start to clear. A colleague of mine told me yesterday that they cleared out a room in their house. It was just bothering her son, and their attitude just immediately changed. It was like such a feeling of accomplishment. And do not worry about what others think about you. It's none of your business anyway. And working on some of these things and just watch how quickly your life will improve. I'm just asking you, just try it. Victoria Gallagher is an amazing law of attraction coach, and she has a lot to say about that. Going to the next slide, I'm going to demonstrate law of attraction, the process. I'm going to be very specific. This should be practiced 3 times a day for 5 minutes each time. And I'm going to go through it real fast because my time is limited. So this is my desire. I put it right out here in the universe. I desire a house. Okay, so I'm going to start thinking about actually living in the house I desire. I'm just going to really, in my mind, just really focus on that house and live it as if it is actually happening in my head. I'm living it in my head. It's happening right now, not in the past, not in the future, right now. I am living it. This is happening. I have that house. It's as if it's already going on continually in my mind. Here's your subconscious mind. What you doing? We don't do that. And I just want you to, when you get pulled away from that, just think it. Okay, I appreciate you trying to help me, but this is what I'm doing. Nothing's happening out here, but this is just what I'm doing because it makes me feel better. Thanks, subconscious mind. Now go off. And it'll bug you and bug you and bug you for a while, but it doesn't like to sit and struggle for too long. And what you're doing is you're focusing on that. And let's say a house opportunity comes up and you're getting ready to sign and something crashes the opportunity. Just stay in it. Well, then that's just not it. I know it's happening. Here's the key. There's 2 things. One, it's happening so much so in your mind that it no longer matters if it's happening in the outer world. It will happen. But you take on the feeling that it no longer matters because it's happening. It's already happening. It's there. So many times we just give up once one negative thing hits the wall. No, that's just a test. It's an opportunity showing you that you're getting closer and closer to your goal, whatever that goal is. This is what you can do for that 68 second. Put that goal there 3 times a day and just hold that thought. Dismiss anything that isn't that thought. It's not easy, but you want to try this 3 times a day and your goal is happening. Okay, next slide. Expect resistance. Look for it and then ask it to go away. Okay, resistance, I know you're there. Those dots of doubts, I'm not going to doubt. This is happening and it is a practice. You have to exercise that part of your brain that you may have never exercised before. And now to the next slide. The concept, none of your business. Here's a good one, and this is hard for so many people to understand. It is literally none of your business how anything will come to you in the law of attraction. Allow the universe to do what the universe is going to do. Let it bring the attraction to you or you to it. It's the law. It's the universal law. It's one of 12. But it's this law, you can't help but allow it. It's already working for you right now. If you're in your negative mind, then the law of attraction's working for your negative. If you want something, be intentional about what it is you desire and live it in your mind, so much so that it doesn't even matter. And it's none of your business how it comes to you. And I have many stories of how that has allowed me to be where I'm at today. I just give up how it's going to happen and just let the universe take over and just show me. So when you see that dime on the ground, if it's a monetary goal you're looking for, thank the universe, because it's showing you that, or a penny, it's showing you that it's working in your favor. Give out more frequency, give out more vibration. Just really thank it and just always be in it, no matter what happens, because your goal will be achieved. It's being achieved right now in your mind. And when it is, you thank it and you go on to the next goal. In the next goal, it's infinite. It's constant. And eventually, you don't even have to write them down. You can just put them in the air, in your own mind, in the air. That is the law of attraction pretty much in a nutshell. It's, typically I'll teach this over a course of 2 hours, but in a 30-minute show, what do I have, right? But I want to thank you for joining today and learning about this. And there's a thought. It's to the last slide. Changing your mind changes your life. Everything that we do starts on the inside and then it comes to the outside. And it is a fallacy to think, well, they don't even think before they speak. Yeah, they do. They're just not realizing it. Some people can talk so fast and think so fast that they don't get a chance to really. So I've had to slow down. I mean, even practicing this last night, how I'm going to say it, what I'm going to do to make it flow, a 2-hour seminar into 30 minutes. But I'm, changing whatever is going on the inside as if it's happening now. And it doesn't matter what's going on the outside, because it's going to happen. I know that. I feel the emotion with it. Put that emotion out there. Use your imagination, incredibly powerful tool, and you will be able to see the results of what it is you desire. You see my number and my name on the screen. It's my banner. And my email is right here on this last slide, IlaB@CentralValleyHypnotherapy.com. You can even go to my website, CentralValleyHypnotherapy.com, and contact me through there. That's fine too. But call me if you have any questions about this. Phone calls are free. I'll spend a few minutes talking to you and just allowing you to just wonder, how does this work? How does that work? What about? And maybe help you write a goal right there on the spot, kind of get you through it. You got to clear the limiting beliefs, which is basically beliefs you wish you didn't have anymore. I don't believe that I'm worth anything. I believe that I'm useless. Those are just limiting beliefs, because everybody has use and value. Because I used to be one of those other people, and I'm not anymore, because I do. I love me and I love my value, and I have value, and I'm just going to keep living in it. I don't care what anyone says, because it's none of my business what y'all think of me. This is who I am. Thank you so much for joining today. I appreciate you. And if you have any questions, please reach out and call me. I'm happy to just answer your questions. If I don't answer, I will call you back. I'm usually with a client when I don't answer my phone. Take care, everybody, and until next week, have a wonderful week ahead. Take care. Isla out.